Good day everyone, welcome to SuperGIS webinar. Today our topic will about 3D GIS, towards a more realistic GIS solution, 3D Cadastre, and building a 3D web application with SuperGIS. I'm your host, Patty from SuperGIS Sales and Marketing, and our speaker today is Chris Chen from our GIS support team, our senior technical support. Hello Chris.
Hello Patty and good day everyone. My name is Chris Chen.
Okay, so during this webinar, if you have any comments or questions, you can simply leave your comment or questions in the live chat box on YouTube, or drop us an email staff@supergeotech.com, or follow us on Twitter to receive the latest news. And also, before we start, there is a quick poll that we want to share with you. Please help us to do this quick poll. And our first question today is, have you ever used the other 3D GIS solution before? If yes, which other 3D GIS solution have you used? And we will be back in 2 minutes. So you can see the poll link is shared in the live chat box. Okay everyone, welcome back and thank you for taking this quick poll, and later we will share the poll result with you. Okay, so before we start, here I would like to share our SuperGIS product roadmap with you. As you can see here, all the SuperGIS products is developed based on our developer GIS, including SuperGIS engine and the SuperGIS mobile engine. And today we will mainly focus on SuperGIS and desktop GIS, SuperGIS Server 3D solution, and also SuperGIS Desktop. Beside of SuperGIS and desktop GIS, we also have mobile GIS for Android, Windows, and Windows Mobile, so that you can collect data with your mobile devices. So, Chris,
Yes.
I know that 3D is already widely used in several GIS domains.
Yes.
But I would like to know what's the special, why we should use SuperGIS 3D solution.
Okay. Our strengths are not just share and display your GIS data in 3D view. We try to enhance, you can centrally manage your spatial data and give you enhance the security of the data. Moreover, we support various client-side applications such as web browsers to boost the accuracy. And firstly, I'm really glad to join today, and we are very happy to share the 3D Cadastre use case for the manager to do the decision making. Besides, we will let you know the importance for the measurement, land management. So how to use the SuperGIS 3D to make action plan and give you a valuable solution to fit high-quality 3D application. And there are 3 parts for today's topic. Briefly introduce what's the difference in 3D Cadastre, why 3D for SuperGIS, and how to implement. Second part to tell you how to publish and manage spatial data, then further to create a 3D globe. And finally, we will share some tips what needs for developing. You can use the API and to do 3D Cadastre use case in Kaohsiung city of Taiwan. Okay, before we do that, well, I have the short question to you, Patty. Did you ever hear the Cadastre with 3D?
Well, I have heard about cadastral data using the GIS but it's in 2D.
Yes.
In desktop or mobile GIS. But it's seldom to hear that it's widely used in 3D. My imagination of 3D cadastral is that 2D cadastral data with height and maybe indoor map.
Yeah, that's true. And your answer is very close, Patty. Actually, according to the Cadastre and the Management Commission of the FIG, the commission said in the past, land management in the real world must be transferred into the 2D. Land only can display in the paper world, and the processing or saving always contain distortion and leads to misunderstanding. So by using the 3D, we can know more our real world and the surrounding environment. I give you a very clear example. For example, for the land management, we only know we don't know our building or our house living in the plain or in the mountain. If we just see the paper, but so that's we further to try to to determine which is illegal or illegal and to know more the people's right. And further, we try to use the 3D GIS tag to manage cadastre. People can understand and feel the real world. Besides, land administration, environmental monitoring, disaster response, or even tourism, then we can give the amazing details and a realistic experience in 3D platform. Therefore, 3D space in 3D cadastre focus on the registration and the people's right. All the cadastre layout are maintained in 2D space with associated measurement and the legal definitions. So we can establish the relation to 3D physical objects. And so everybody can see, we can get more information like the 3D property and the parcel space, and you can get more 3D surface parcel and any texture buildings and so on. So you may ask how to generate the 3D building model. Here the workflow to build out the 3D model building, but it is not in the scope of today's discussion. You need to prepare the building information and the attribute information. They will include the measurement resource, floor plan maps, and get some more building detail information. Of course, it depends. You also need to building height and to draw the 3D polygon with Z value. And finally, you can get very single level of detail models and save as the KNZ or the bin file format. In this case, we talk about the KNZ model. So everyone can imagine that it is possible to create a 3D model and add those data on the 3D globe. It's very cool. It's very cool the workflow. Therefore, to avoid 2D paperwork processing or saving always contains distortion and leads to misunderstanding. We should relate to the securing the rights on land and help land manager to make sure people's ownership and the marketing value, even sustainable development for the smart city and our world. Okay, so the land manager wish all the cadastre layout are maintained in the 2D space with associated measurement and the legal definition, and establish the relation to the 3D physical objects. Okay, now we understand the challenge for the traditional 2D view, but we can switch a different platform to use 3D GIS solution to get more information. SuperGIS 3D try to give you the best way to build out your own 3D platform and powerful developing tool to help us visualize, manage, analyze our real world. So our 3D server provides high performance, and you can share and display the 3D models on the fly, allow the users to get more server from everywhere, and perform the powerful GIS solution on the 3D platform. Okay. Moreover, SuperGIS support major browsers such as the Chrome, the IE, Safari, and the Firefox, and so on. And the teach use the JavaScript and CSS and HTML5 without the plugin issue. That's very key important for our SuperGIS 3D products. Now I'm getting ready to show you an overview of a SuperGIS 3D solution. Okay, now we are going to show you an overview of SuperGIS 3D products. Everyone can get to see displayed different level of detail models and keep high performers. If you are another domain knowledge like the pipeline or the pipeline, you also can use underground mode application. It depends on your project. And of course, you can query and identify for all the models to show up the attribute information. So I can try to combine the different querying condition to get information and pop out the window to show up the attribute information what I need. And I also further to do the geocoding. Then I can type the address row name and to get impact evaluation. That's a very cool thing. And more important thing is that we can do the profile analysis. Also important to many applications. It can help us to extract continuous height with z value to help to know more continuous change of attitude information. Wow, everyone can see that is so many important interesting topics with SuperGIS 3D. In this way, 3D map can help users in showing the current GIS with 3D platform. But you may ask, so how to do that? In the next part, I will use a case study and set out the target to share everyone. Try to give you a complete workflow and available plan. This is a framework to build up the cadastre systems. They will include the data collection and publishing and the overlay service. Finally, to build out your 3D web with 3D based on the 3D. Okay, for the first part, everyone can see you should have prepared your data and to upload your data to become the web service by using the SuperGIS 3D server. And you can try to control and manage your data by centrally. And further to do is you can overlapping the different service depends on your projects, and you can check your web service and the resource, and finally to build out your 3D globe, and finally to get your multiple 3D cadastre systems. Then everyone can see that's based on the framework, and we design our scenario just like this picture. We set out the 3D globe, overlay the satellite, also image, detail model, and add our vector data and the CanZ data model. The cool thing is, if you have different detail of level data model, I can show you different view angle and check different level models. For example, I pick out one building models, and you can show you the overview and the specific single household, then zoom in to check inner building view and give our users a refreshing experience and more detailed house and the cadastral rise. And so the next part, I will tell you more about the skills and how to use SuperGIS 3D API functions. Okay, I think we should take a break and we'll be right back. Right,
yes.
Eddie?
Yes. Thank you, Chris, for the interesting introduction of our 3D GIS. In this short break, we will still have our second part. Our second part, the question is, which industry or domain fields are you planning to use a 3D GIS? Except the cadastre, I think there is still a lot of other domains you may need to use 3D GIS: forestry, mining, utility, or urban planning. And you can find the poll question in the selection in our live chat box on YouTube channel. And we'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, everyone, welcome back. I think all of you have done our number 2 part. And in the first part, Chris already gave you a brief introduction of a 3D GIS platform. So, Chris, I'm also wondering, what should we prepare if we want to have a platform like a 3D cadastre? Data, software, hardware, what should we prepare?
Okay, thank you, Patty. You got the point. Actually, before we started, please make sure your software, data collection, and the function reference has ready. So I tried to here, I make the list for everyone for your reference. You need to install the SuperGIS products that will include the SuperGIS Desktop, 3D Analyst module, SuperGIS Server, and the SuperGIS Server 3D extension. And if the data, it depends on your project's need, you can prepare the vector data and the raster data, DTM model, and the 3D building models. If you want to extract your polygon, please assign the building height with the Z value, okay? So in the attribute data, then you can display your 3D polygon. And if you want to do more like include index map marker and a bundle of function you want to use, please check our API reference. And our SuperGIS 3D based on the Windows operation systems. And SuperGIS support widely a major file format, as you know, like the shapefile, CanL, CanZ, and raster data like the TIFF, image, DEM model. And more important things, here we provide the minimum spec for the reference, so your system requirement depends on your project's large or small. Okay, here I want to show you the way how to use the SuperGIS 3D to design the map. Then can use the web manager to publish the website. So please try to open your SuperGIS desktop and design your map style to set out the service property like the symbol, scale, and how many data you want to including, and map design, data cache setting, and so on. Then we can upload totally the data and publish service. In this way, you can log in the SuperGIS 3D web manager and manage your data centrally. Okay. So finally, we can use the simple way to quickly build out our 3D web application. And at the same time, you can decide like to include the different toolbar, determine the sign name and which toolbar you need. You can do a lot of things because our web manager is very friendly and easy to use that. And as my experience, I think SuperGIS 3D provide the best friendly interface so you can access through any web browsers. Okay. And now I give you a demo to quickly start how to use the SuperGIS 3D and how to upload your data and publish and manage your SuperGIS 3D application. Okay, let me thank you. Now I'm going to show you at the beginning you have to prepare your data. That will include the vector data, raster data, and input the SuperGIS desktop you want to publishing. So I can decide the symbol, map style, even the coordinate systems. Then we do the logging your SuperGIS 3D account and determine which layer and the data type you want to upload and to sharing. So of course you can set out the cache scale and cache size and the cache extent. Now we can do the upload to SuperGIS server. Of course, then we try to log in the SuperGIS web manager, and from the browser, yeah, we can manage and review our web service centrally. And to do more that, we can add to build a new website. So choose the service you want to apply and click build. You can select multiple services to do a service list and include them into the one single application. So see, everyone can see it's a very easy and simple way to create a 3D application. SuperGIS 3D provides abundant function in the toolbox, including the measuring tool, marker, index, share tool, querying tool, and following tell you more custom each tools. Okay, that's a very cool and very convenient. Okay, let's we go back to today's topic. Then we will tell you more.
Okay, thank you. Chris has shared the practical info for preparing 3D GIS platform, but Chris, I think
Yes.
Our audience is also very curious if this platform is already used by other company or organization somewhere around the world. Is there any real case that you can share with us?
Yes, of course, Patty. In this year, we're ready to show you the 3D use case in Kaohsiung city of Taiwan. This we want to share the successful case study in this year. Firstly, I'm going to show you the demo. Okay, everyone can see that's a user interface. Okay, I log in the system, then it's the system user interface. We try to integrate different data and the API function to do at the single application. The map plan for overlay the satellite image and also photo image as our background data. And everyone can see that we try to build out a full module to do this application. This including the multiple querying function, and the land service, 3D cadastre, and the 3D GIS application. Firstly, I try to type the XY, the longitude and the latitude, and to the system will zoom to the target and then marker your interesting location. Okay, so I type the X and Y Z value. Okay, so I can get here, or I can use the geocoding by address location and drop down menu to select my address name, try to type the road name and search my interesting point. Okay, so I can also do that and get correct place. Yes. And besides, I can assign the land number and to check all the cadastral layout are maintained in the 2D space. Here I want to show you that. Okay, so we can know more the legal definition and establish the relation to do the 3D physical object in this case. And here I try to use the facility case to show you different ideas. You can use the different query condition and to know more cadastral 2D and 3D building relationship. Okay, this idea will I show you assign the land number and check all the cadastral layout are maintained into the 2D space. So in the left side you can see that's a 2D cadastre map in paperwork, and you can at the same time to show you on the 3D building model on our platform. Okay. This yeah, of course you can see the left side, the querying resource will show you more about the building attribute information. And now I move on to another interesting topic I want to share. Okay, according to 3D cadastre application, based on the building number, we can display the different level of model at the same time. We can download the level 1 or 2, it means the rough data model, and further to add the level 3 to 4, it's very detailed model at the same environment. I mean, the amazing thing is that I can join the inner building and switch different view angle to check inside view or the outside view. It's easy to zoom in or zoom out. That's a very cool application. You can see every household and related cadastre information. So even you want to know how many people living here or how to bake the house and internal decoration. Okay, so 3D plan for different from the traditional 2D view. We just focus on the plan map but cannot catch any 3D space with Z value and understand the surrounding. As you know, this is a powerful and a wonderful plan for to display our GIS data. Okay, and by the way, some architecture planning or the measurement tool guys, I want to more interesting drawing and the measure tool. And SuperGIS 3D API provide those functions for everyone. You can draw the polygon with Z value in this case, and you can decide your symbol and the style, and draw your symbol immediately show on the 3D plan for. Then you can, of course, you can use the measurement tool. They will include the point, horizontal area, and the vertical height. And you can, it's very easy and useful tool in our 3D API functions. Therefore, in my opinion, 3D GIS platform not only supports people understand of the situation and generate inspiring feedback, but also result in manager and the people spending more time on studying city planning and friendly to our real world. So I think if you are the engineer or the need to project to do that, you can get more API function and the sample code from our SuperGIS 3D menu. We provide a bundle of application for developing and some popular API function I want to share. Okay, so for example, you can add KNL, KNZ file to enrich your 3D map. We support a level of detail model and the bounding box designed to enhance the performance. And you can use the underground mode to see the underground utility like the pipeline or the power line, and try to find out the impact, the area of pipeline explosion, and also the number of the people need to evacuation. That's very cool API function. And of course, you can mark areas of interest in 3D, use the geometry like the point, line, and the polygon. So to sum up, with SuperGIS 3D API, you can model the real world and collect the data, manager, edit, visualize, to share your 3D models. And we try to hybrid the 2D and the 3D, so we stress your benefit and what you're thinking, and give more efficient way to show the 3D in your idea at the same on this 3D globe, the platform. I think that's a very cool and wonderful things, and allow the decision maker to show their thinking and protect people's rights. Alright, that's all my presentation today. Thank you for attention.
Okay, thank you, Chris, and the outstanding introduction of the 3D GIS. I think that our audience is now bit more familiar with SuperGIS 3D solutions. Okay, there is something that I still want to share with you. You can simply learn more besides of the SuperGIS webinar you joined today. We also have SuperGIS free online course, as you can see here, including desktop GIS, mobile GIS. We have many different courses to tell you how to use SuperGIS software step by step. We provide a video and PowerPoint presentation. Also, we have a SuperGIS forum. That's if you have any question about GIS or SuperGIS software, you can simply leave your question over there, and our master and expert will answer your questions. And besides, we still have a SuperGIS developer network, which contains abundant free and simple code for customize your SuperGIS server website. And we highly suggest you to subscribe our SuperGIS TV on YouTube, so that you can receive the latest demo of different SuperGIS software features. And you can also get a SuperGIS software full function free trial from our website. Simply search SuperGIS or SuperGIS on Google or any other search engine, and you can get a free trial from our website. If you cannot find the software that you want to take a trial, you can send an email to us. We will provide a link and the trial code to you. And it's our third quick poll today. And Sam, we will share this poll on the live chat box. And after 2 minutes and this poll, we will have a QA time. So you can also leave your question in the live chat box or send us an email. And we'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, everyone, welcome back and thank you for taking the poll. Here is also our webinar survey, and we also have shared on the YouTube live chat box. So please help us to do this survey so that we can know if we have to enhance the webinar, the content. And this seems like our audience is very satisfied with our today's webinar. And here, okay, so let's share our FAQ. We prepare some FAQ that it might also help you to understand more about the SuperGIS 3D solution. So, okay, the first question is what client-side application does SuperGIS server support? Chris, please.
Yeah, actually, SuperGIS Server 3D enable client-side users to use the common browsers like the IE, Firefox, Chrome, Safari, Opera, and so on to use services published by the SuperGIS server. It's very convenient to use the major browsers. It's okay, don't worry about it. And the second issue, always.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are also some other users ask, can I use the SuperGIS 3D server with custom web applications?
Yeah, I would say yes. You are allowed to use the SuperGIS service with the custom web application. Besides, SuperGIS servers offer the APIs for the web application developed on the various platforms. Okay, that's a very powerful tool for everyone.
Okay, the other FAQ is, does SuperGIS 3D server support open standards?
Yes, SuperGIS server can provide the OGC standards such as CAML, WMS, and WNTS. Therefore, SuperGIS server allows organization to incorporate GIS in your 3D application.
Okay, so the last question is, how do I import existing 3D model data?
Well, I think the most efficient way to import or add your 3D file into the SuperGIS is through use the publish and the manager tool by using the SuperGIS 3D server. And of course, we allow to import your DAE, DXF, CAN file, and the shape file to do your 3D plan for. Especially for the DAE is an extremely useful format, as it's built open standard XML schema that supports the mesh geometry as well as material and textures. So I think this will help everyone or developer to import their 3D model data to 3D Globe.
Okay, thank you, Chris, for the sharing the FAQs. And here I would also like to share our poll result with you. And the first question, one question is, which industry and field are our audience going to use 3D GIS? And 1/3 says they will be used in land management, and the other 1/3 says they will use in urban planning or real estate. And also there's 1/6 are going to use disaster prevention, and another 1/6 is going to use underground utility. And it seems like all of our audience today their organization haven't launched a 3D GIS project yet. So it's your chance because we bring these brilliant GIS solutions to you. Okay, so here I would also like to share 2 events with you. Just in next week in Putrajaya, Malaysia, SuperGeo is going to attend GeoSmart Asia as exhibitor. Our booth is number 29, so please come to visit us, or you can visit us in Berlin, Germany, the biggest geo industry event, InterGeo, in September 26 to 28. Our stand is at Hall 1.1. The booth number is B1.056. Okay, it's a long one, so please write it down. So if you still have any question, you can send an email to us or to contact us via Twitter or any other social media methods. And that will be all the webinar today. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you very soon in Malaysia, Germany, or somewhere else around the world.
Okay, so I would say see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.